Hi, Treese. I want to show you something in your file, okay, which is very interesting. Yes, you are correct. Right now, all that I can color is number 3, but I opened it up once and I colored it. And the interesting part is when I had it selected just like this and I went into the recolor thing, it wasn't giving me all of these color choices. It was only giving me like 2 or 3 of them. And I'm not going to go through and color a bunch of stuff in there. I mean, all of it. I'm just going to go through and color a couple things. So I'm going to take the saturation away from there, and I'm just going to I'm not interested in colors right now. I just want to get to something that's going to look good. So I'm going to take that one. I'll take this one just like you did. And you said that, yes, things can color. So the interesting part about this is see how I'm coloring everything, including the white fills. Now before, when I opened it up, and I had to find out why, but it wasn't letting me color the whites. There were no arrows by the whites. So I'll take that white, I'll just saturate that white with something. I'll take this white and I'll saturate it with something. Let me just take the hue over, and then let's just change the color of the hue. So, okay, fine. So I'm going to say, okay, now I'm going to try to go into your other one. So let me lock this one up. And that's kind of horrid, but I'm sorry. But let's go into another one. So let's take shape 6. Now, what I saw, and I'll try to do a bunch. So what I saw when I went into this one, I checked to make sure everything had fills, because obviously if it's a none in the fill, then none won't color, right? So let's go into this one and just see what I can get. Okay, so obviously there's a white background. Now I don't know if the white, let me go into, see how there's a question mark here in the fill in my tool palette. Let me just, where am I here? Okay, go into this shape. Let me pull this over and make this bigger, because you've done a great job in everything. I just want to make sure that some of the shapes, like what is this one? This one is just that circle right here. Okay, now the circle has a white fill. So it'll obviously let me color that, but let's go see. I'm just going to take a second here to do a couple of things. So there's a black and a white, and the white has arrows. So obviously the white will let me fill that little area. Okay, so now let me select a different thing here, like this one, which is where, did I just select the same thing? Which is that one. Oh, the stroke. So where is that stroke? Where is the stroke? Okay. Oh, it's locked. Sorry. No wonder. Okay, so there's the stroke. Now, you see how it's just a stroke? I want to see if a stroke will color. So let's go. It's right there. So let's go into, I keep on doing that. Let's go into seeing if the stroke will color, and obviously answer is yes, the stroke will color nicely. So let's take this, let's take the brightness over, and yes, you can see how I can color the stroke. But in this case, let me just click OK. In this case, what is the white background of this whole thing? I don't know, and the whole thing I'm talking about is this whole thing. So I don't think that I can color something that doesn't have a color. So I'm in this one. I'm trying to find if there's a big white fill on anything, and I don't think so. If you had wanted the area behind these strokes and circles to color, then you would have had a shape on the bottom of this which was just a white fill. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I don't think I can color any more of that one. So let's go to a different one. Let's go to this one and see why this one won't color. So look at the stroke palette. Let's go inside, and the fill. Look at the stroke and the fill. So these, here is your ellipse right there, that inside shape right there. So that, if I click on it, has a white fill. These are black fills with black strokes. So technically, if I click this, it should give me 3 colors, right? 2 blacks, meaning a stroke for the black and a fill for the black, and then another black here So it might be 3 blacks and a white. So let's go into, because I clicked on the circle for the parent layer, let's go into the color and see what the deal is. Okay, so on my computer, for some reason, I'm getting arrows by everything. And there's just a black and a white. And the white will let me color it. Now I'll tell you, when I first opened it, I didn't have the ability to color stuff. And you know what I did? There's 3 things I did. I went to auto and made sure I went down to all. Okay, so I went to all, and then something happened. And I also clicked on and off Recolor. And then I closed it. I said, okay. And then I closed the window, and then I went back into the window, and suddenly it let me do all the colors. So let's take this, let's saturate this with that color, let's take the black and see what the heck happens. Now, you have a black fill and a black stroke on these petals. So let's see if there's only, according to Illustrator, let's see if there's only one thing we can color here. So the answer is, I think, yes. It's coloring the black fill and the black stroke. So that's all I did in mine, because at first it wasn't letting me do that. Do you understand? There was no arrows by a couple of things. So I put this on all, okay, and I just turned on and off the color, and then it just let me do it. So now I'm coloring that shape. Let's go into shape 4. Where is shape 4? Let me see where you put shape 4. Shape 4, I believe, is that. Yeah. So let's go into that one and see if there's even a way to color the whites. Of course, the white would have to be a fill. So let's click on this one. And that's a pattern color. So I'm not sure. See, there's no actual shapes inside of there. It's a brush pattern. Okay. So here's what we might have to do with this one before you enter. I'm going to duplicate that shape. I didn't finish my sentence. I'm sorry. I'm locking and hiding one of them. You understand? So now I'm going to click on shape number 4. I'll turn it off and on again. Okay. Now look what you might have to do. You might have to go into Object and Expand. Now what that does is it takes a brush style and it makes it into actual shapes. See? Wants to expand the fill and the stroke. So now look at how there's an arrow here where I can open this up. Oh, so now there are actual things I can color. See, a minute ago there were no, this wasn't here. There wasn't any triangles. So do that. Select the shape, duplicate it so you don't mess it up, and go into Object, Expand. And now with the whole shape, let me find where I put it, with the whole shape selected, and with your ability to know that it expanded the fills and the strokes, let's go into the color. I actually went into the right menu there. Now, good, I can actually, I should have, here's the difference. I don't know why I'm not finishing a sentence. Let's go into the old one, and I just want to leave it selected and go into Object. I'm sorry, oops, I did it again. Recolor Artwork, and this one will let me color it too. Maybe because I put this on all, see, it's back on auto, but because I did it once, it's fine. I would go, though, and I would expand it out. So I'm going back into the first one. I'm selecting this one that we went to Object Expand on is the one I'm going into. So now I'll go color it. Gosh, I know this is not easy. So let's resaturate that. Let's re-put a color in there, and now it colors. Now let's see if the white will let me color. Yes, apparently the white will let me color it. So I'll go into this horrid yellow. Ooh, that's disgusting. So, but I'll leave it like that. Okay, let's go to the next one. So let's see if we have to Object Expand it. Let me find that major one, which you have right. Where is it? Must be this one. No. I want to get to these shapes right here. Ooh, that's going to be one of your stroke shapes. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, I'm going to duplicate that shape number 1. Cool. Now I'm going to lock and hide it so I don't mess it up. That's important. And I'm going to click it and go to Object, Expand Appearance. Now, because you put expand and expand appearance are virtually the same thing, except it knows that you actually attach something to a stroke. So what this is going to do is make it into real shapes. So I'm glad I'm showing you this. Okay, so now let's go into our colory thingy here and let's see. Yes, we have arrows by both of them, so I'll just choose some more horrid colors here, and let's just go and know that you will love to make this one that green horrible color. So now let's click the white and I'll make it another horrible color. You have to choose the pretty colors. I'm on purpose not choosing pretty colors. Okay, so that is, I really can't do that. That's really bad. Let's go into, that's awful. Okay, I'm having fun having awful luck here. But anyway, I'm able to do that one. Let's go over to this big one here, which is the fan. So let's now click the fan, and that one should have let you color it. It really should. And notice I didn't click on the shape because it has a clipping path. Let's click on the actual fan. Let's go into the thing here. And let's now just choose a couple colors. Yeah, it's letting me do all three of them. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to experiment. Let's go to saturation and hue, and let's go to brightness and see what I'm getting. I think I'm only doing those little tiny, I only did those strokes. So fine, that's fine. So let me click on the next black, which is probably that big massive fill. Let's go here. Yeah, that's the big fill thingy. Okay, so you can play now, okay? I think you can play. I can color the whole thing practically. And if you want the white background to be something, okay, then I don't know how I'm going to tell you this, but let me turn off that shape again. Okay, so in shape number 6, let's click it. Okay, what you need to do is while I'm selected on shape number 6, I just want to see if this will work. Okay, I'm going to make a really big box, and I'm going to put it inside at the bottom of shape number 6 with no stroke and a white fill. Okay, no stroke. Whoops, I didn't do that right now, did I? No, sorry. I want the white fill. Now, where is that shape? See, the shape is now up here. Okay, so see where it is right there? I want to take it and put it into that shape here, and then all the way at the bottom of that shape. I want to just see if it's going to work. So I need to find the bottom of that shape, which I think is right there. Okay, oops. No, I have to go down farther. Down here. Okay, there we go. Now, you see how, let me save the file. You see how now I have an actual fill underneath everything? I should probably make this path, I gotta click back on my shape. I should probably make this one here go over farther. See now I have encompassed the whole thing, right? Okay, so I probably can just recolor that. So if I only select the circle for that and go into Edit, Recolor, then I'll only have the white. And I really want to know if by you changing this to all and then using the object expand and expand appearance works. Okay, but remember, change it to all, hit Recolor on and off, say OK, and then go back into the window and you should be OK. So now let's just see if I can get a color back there. Now, isn't that nice that you can put a color back there? So there has to be something to color. So we put this big white fill underneath, and I colored it all by itself. I just made sure it was in the clipping path. Now let me close all this stuff. Okay, so see by me closing this upper one, it let me see all the little cool shapes that you duplicated. I just put a path underneath it. So there we go. Let me know if this worked.